All right, friends, so I'm ready to give you my first impressions of the TANGZU Waner. One ear. Hello friends, here I have one of my top recommendations on my list of best IEMs for music production, especially for monitoring on stage, which is the Waner by TANGZU. Okay, so let's just open it up. I like to use the knife just because I like to keep the boxes. This could be the first time I order IEMs with a microphone in it. It could be fun. For what I can feel, this is a very nice, very well packaged IEM. Comes with a cloth and it's pretty good. It looks very anime, you know, like a nice anime. I'm not sure what's the story behind this. Single dynamic driver in-ear monitors. I ordered a special edition, which is the white and the black. So if I was gonna order them, just grab something different. That's the IEMs. There's one there. Oh, I like the tips already. It's very clear. I like how it looks. You know, you can see the drivers kind of clear if you see it, and I like the difference in color. That way I know which one's the right and which one's the left. Okay, let's put this on the side. Let's see what else is inside the box. Let's open this up. Oh, this is the cable. It's very nicely packaged, very well sealed. Let's be as nice as possible in case I need to send it back. The cable is similar to something I had before. It feels nice and it's kind of cool. Very similar to another of my cables. Let's just compare real quick. So it looks very similar to my C10 Pros. As you can see. Okay, fairly similar on the shape and everything. They're about the same height. All right, let's see how they compare. This one's a lot lighter. Let's just save it. Okay, what else is in there? Looks like these are the ear tips that it comes with. I can't get it out. Let's just see how many ear tips does it have. Okay, there it is. Okay, comes with a lot of tips. And it's very... probably different. I need to try them out, but same, a good selection, just like the Truth Ear Zeros. They look very nice. Let's just put it on the cable. Let's see which one goes in which ear. So I have this to compare. So that's the left, this is right, and this one is left. So which way does it go? This is the right, this is the left. So the left goes in here. Let's just put it in there nicely. Nice, very nice. So let's put the right one. So let's just make sure you put it in the right direction. Usually they go in the shape here and they move forward, kind of like an S. So I had to learn that the hard way. Many times put it the wrong way. These are it. Let's just try them out and I'll give you my first impressions of sound. All right, friends, so I'm ready to give you my first impressions of the TANGZU Waner. One ear. I can't pronounce it. I don't know how it's pronounced. All right, so this comes from the perspective of a musician who plays live and needs an affordable monitoring system or good, affordable in-ear monitors. My first thoughts are it's clear. And usually I pay attention to, I listen to a few times or in different areas of the song. Couple things that I can pick on, like slight hi-hat hits on drums, strumming on acoustic guitars, the panning of the acoustic guitar, vocals, everything I can pick up on headphones. And if I'm not able to pick up a lot of things, I won't recommend it. And I'm gonna put a little comparison with other headphones. So the first thing is that they're very clear and they're very clean. They're not exactly very neutral, but it's clean and clear, which it doesn't make sense now that I say it out loud, but let me explain. So when I mean they're not very neutral is because they have something called the Harman curve, or at least they try to emulate that curve, meaning you got this high mids to higher frequencies, a roll off, and then you get this boost after, usually they do around 500 hertz, 200 hertz, all the way to like a sub level. So that's what I meant, which is one of my preferred curves. So to me, it sounded clean and clear, meaning there's not too much mid bass on it, or is presented, or you can hear it as too much bass on it. So the bass is just right. Now there's no sub bass. I wasn't able to pick some of the songs that have this instances of sub bass, like Joshua Abla Glorious Day song. Once they go into the bridge, they got this drop with this sub bass. So those are my first impressions. Now I was able to hear a lot of things that I usually hear, so that impressed me. I was able to pick certain things on drums, strumming and acoustic guitar, imaging is not like super wide, so that was very impressive compared to other headphones that I have that are way more expensive than those headphones, and I'll talk about it in a second. Also, I want to say that the comfort was great and I love the looks. I ordered a special edition. It's called black and white, and that way I can tell which one's right, which one's left, and that is cool. I wish I had more headphones that way, but now I got the idea of buying 2 pairs of the same headphone. That way I have a backup and just changing the IEMs. I don't know how it's gonna work with other headphones, especially the right and left, but I can recommend 2 of you. Let's say you have a few musicians in your worship band or your band, and you can buy 4 of them and then create 4 pairs with left and right different colors. That way some people can have the right ear being white or being black, and that way you can tell which one's which. Now let's just compare the one ear with other headphones that I own, and I kind of want to explain to you where you can use these IEMs, especially for live use. All right, so where does this compare to all these IEMs? These are way better than these 2, okay? And these, okay? Just because of the tuning. Just because is it more technical? Is it just to hear it? And if I was gonna play and I can EQ a little bit, I don't have to fight as much on my EQ to hear what I want to hear. And with other IEMs, especially those that have a B shape, they're very prominent. It's hard to do that. You need more bands in order to EQ them correctly, and sometimes it's a struggle. But these, with very minimal EQing and correct panning, depending how you monitor your system, usually with this IEMs, I can put my drums in a certain level and just bring up the main singers or whoever is leading, and all the rest of the instruments can all sit at the same level. Which with other IEMs like this one and these, I will have to put the vocals really high, and the rest of my drum systems is not even having my entire drum set, maybe just a little bit of the kick, a little bit of the overheads, sometimes not even the overheads, maybe just my snare or one microphone. Sometimes I'll put a room microphone, just one microphone, so I can hear what's happening, because the high end on these was just too much. With this, it was same struggle, but a little bit easier to hear everything. But I don't use them for live use anymore. These are more like to listen to music, because they're super fun. These are, if you hear this, you'll be like, wow, it's so smooth, it's so great. You can hear things in its place within the music, you know, within the panning of the entire mix. And that's why I love this. And they are extremely comfortable. I mean, I can wear these for hours. But for live use, I would not really recommend them unless you need this tuning, B shape, for drummers and bass players. Other than that, I think for tracking it would be great. But for live use, after I heard the One Ears, it's hard for me to recommend this. All right, so now let's talk about this two right here. Let's just take this out of the way. Let's talk about these two right here. The One Ear, the Critical Zero Red. Okay, because the Zero Red are the first IEMs that I buy while I was creating the list that you can see in the description below, where I have the frequency response, how many drivers, and by accident I realized that I'm creating an entire list on IEMs under 25, IEMs under $50, IEMs under $150, IEMs under 300, and IEMs that could be potentially even be end game or really professional reference IEMs or live stage use, which is under $600, just because of the, let's say, the point of diminishing return after $600. Nowadays you can get $5,000, $3,000 sound or close to with $600. Okay, what's the difference between these two? This is like perfect for me to listen to, comfort, the looks, the cable, everything is like if it was a custom in-ear for me. This Zero Reds, this I can throw it at any live or recording session. These are perfect for me, and the curve is very similar to other IEMs that I also like, which it could be comparable to the Nova, which is also by True Theory Audio, or the Moondrop Variations. But the Variations are a little more fun. It's got more bass and it's got more of those mid frequencies and the extension. They're a lot more fun. And even though I could recommend these for people who play few instruments, I think they're way better than these. And this are way better than anything that's on this table. Better than this. I mean, if I only had to keep one IEM, these are it right now, because there's other headphones that I order and I'll be testing them, compare them to these. But these also, the technical abilities is another step up from here. Even though the sound's a little bit similar, these have a little bit of that low end, mid low end that this don't have, but the low end and the punchiness of these is accurate. Especially the sub bass on these is great. And the reason is because this has two drivers. So these only have one driver but for having only one dynamic driver, these, just to listen to music, they're so pleasant. If you need a good monitor and headphones to work out, these are amazing because they're so smooth, they're so warm, they're so clean, they're so clear and somewhat neutral. These are fantastic. For $25, these are amazing. This is the next step up. And the critical and these headphones, the only advantage it has is that it has better imaging. It has that separation from the two drivers. Way better than these headphones, way better than my C16s. With the correct EQ and the correction, still these sound better just with no correction. But I like, there's certain things about these headphones that I like that I can still use to listen to music. But these I would recommend for anyone who has got $50 and they need a little bit of everything. You do sound mix, and then you're a guitar player who sings. I mean, this is gonna do almost everything. But they have a little bit more bass than some people might like. So they're not particularly for everyone. But personally, I need low end in my headphones. On my guitars, and I like to hear those low frequencies just because they make the music more fun, and they make me respond to what's happening on stage. So that's just me. But these they can be perceived as having more low end, but it's not that it has more low end, or it's not well contained, because it only has one. Trying to represent, trying to give you a representation of all the music. So it struggles a little bit in separation of all the frequencies, which these don't struggle at all. They do it better than these, and these, and these, and these, just without tuning. That's how important tuning is. But if I put a flat correction on these Fenders, they sound really good, and they compare to these headphones. If I do the same with my C10s, these with a flat correction or a diffuse field correction, I don't like the diffuse field just because the high end here is a little bit piercing at times, but then they would seat right under the one ear, just everything lower, you know, less bass, less mids, and the imaging could be a little bit better on these once you EQ it. So once you find your tuning, just train yourself to pick things that are within that range, and I hope that my list can help you pick up the headphones that you want. I'm very impressed by these headphones, I can tell you, and I love the look. They're so comfortable. I can tell that I can wear this for hours. Yesterday I wore them for like at least 3 hours straight while I was working, and they just disappear. Not as comfortable as these, but the same. They're so light, they're so comfortable. They felt like these headphones, which this I could wear for like 3-4 hours, but eventually I had to take them off. But these I think I wore for longer. I don't even notice that I have on my ears. That's how comfortable they are to me. All right, friends, so these are my first impressions on the TANGZU Waner. I do recommend them for anyone who is looking for an entry-level pair of in-ear monitors. They're going to be clean, they're going to be warm, they're going to give you a good enough representation of sound. They're going to be a little bit fun because it's got bass, it's got high frequencies and high mids. You know, it's going to be fun. So if you want to start testing in this kind of frequency, and you kind of like the frequency of those headphones, you're gonna love the Waner TANGZU, and they would sound better than other headphones that could be more expensive. But these are in the neutral area. They're not B-shaped. They don't have a lot of low end sub bass. They don't have that, or at least they don't represent in the copy that I have. So if you're looking for something that has more sub bass, these are not gonna represent that, because you only have one driver trying to give you all the frequencies of the entire music, but they're gonna be neutral and very, very smooth. That's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Please hit the bell icon so YouTube lets you know every time we make new videos, especially my comparison with another $25 IEM. All right, friends, God bless you, and I'll see you in another video. Ciao.